What's going on, babe?
Hey, babe, how was your day?
It was actually pretty productive. Happy to be home.
Good. You know, we got a game today. Honey, you're a little rough around the edges.
I'm saying I've been working all night, taking care of business, getting to the... You know what? I don't even want to talk about it. I got you. I'm not trying to be out here looking like a dusty, and that's why I'm excited to have T. Chanley as a sponsor of today's video. They help me start and maintain my skincare routine by making the entire process uncomplicated. Honestly, it's the best skincare system for guys like you and me. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which come with all of the basics. A daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin, a 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. My favorite part about T. Chanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. In addition to amazing skin, members of T. Chanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price and the ability to customize your box. And because T. Chanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal. Just click the first link in the description. You'll get 30% off your first box plus a free gift. Click the link and get started today. We're taking care of ourselves. Self-care, fellas, is the first step to be able to get to that bag, to take care of business, and be on top of things and level up in every aspect of your life. Feel the Teej, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning into the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton from AntonDaniels.com. And we are going to get it in, all right? So very, very nice and sunny day down here in Florida. I spent the day yesterday doing some incredibly fun things. And when I say fun, I mean fun things. So went to a very awesome Italian restaurant. Rita, do you remember what the name of that restaurant was? No. Man, I said it in a vlog. Yeah, I got a lot of vlogs and a lot of videos that's going to be dropping on the Anton Daniels channel over the next few days. So almost every single day. Let's see. Today, Friday, Saturday. I don't know if I'm dropping one on Saturday. I figured that out. Definitely Sunday. Got a lot of vlog videos dropping here from Florida. So I'll probably be dropping them all next week because I've been vlogging a lot. And I just been carrying my camera with me. Boom. And we've been getting it in. So shout out to all of the bag chasers in the building. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way early. But before I do that, let's do a little bit of a throwback and let's tap in with the audience. What's up, Florida boy? The homie. They say, yeah, I rock with Richard Fain. I don't know why they're hating on this man. Oh, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. We're definitely going to deep dive into Richard Fain and trolls and haters and all of that. My dog Kojak is in the building. He says they hating because he's doing good and doing right. I love my haters. They let me know I'm doing good. Their hateration is my motivation. What's up, Demarius, Stephen Day, Sigma Tiger, Dewan? It was bound to happen. He's giving financial advice, and despite his personal successes, he's just not very good at it. Say that again. Let me read that one more time. It was bound to happen. He's giving financial advice, and despite his personal successes, he's just not very good at it. Dewan says that Richard Fain is not very good at giving financial advice. This is gonna be a good show today. Eric Coral, Auntie J, A Normal Man, Big Suggs, Beautiful Disaster, J Ben. Shout out to my dog, 10 days to my birthday. Yo, J Ben is in the building. Let's see. It's all a mindset. Eric Coral says trolls be getting out of hand. Spaces, what up, dog? Sarah Harrell is in the building. What's up, B? What's up to all of my friends? Listen, there's too many of y'all to name. Y'all know we're going to get it in. Yeah. So I want to get right into the show, but let's get the housekeeping out of the way. First and foremost, can you please make sure that you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, whether you're streaming this live or you're watching this on a replay. Please hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. It's the least that you can do. Now, if you decide that you want to step out and be a little bit more ambitious, then you can subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Awesome. Shout out to my sponsor of the show, Teach Henley. 30% off your first order plus a free gift. And everything is going awesome with Teach. Longtime sponsor of the show, both this show, the Millionaire Morning Show, the Lapeef Network. Shout out to Teach Henley. And then we also want to deep dive into the fact that you need to join the Patreon. So one of the reasons why I'm down here in Miami, flew over from, thank you, honey. I very much appreciate you. This mug is so nicely cooled that it got the ice. See the little ice right here? Ooh, get that off of my MacBook Pro. One of the reasons why I'm down here in Miami is because I flew over from Tampa and I was doing a deep dive into opening up a business for my Patreon members, right? And so I'm taking them through the steps in the Patreon of how it is that you need to build a business. Exactly what it takes to build a business. First from inception, then you move into brick and mortar, you expand it through e-commerce, and then you do all of the marketing and promotion. So one of the things that I think that business schools, courses, a lot of different things, one of the things that I think that they fall short on is that there's a lot of people teaching it, but it's not a lot of people that's done it. Let me say that again. It's a lot of people teaching it. It's not a lot of people that's actually done it. And so those that can't teach. So what I've decided to do is take my people through the process of what it takes to open up a business in real life. So they came up with a budget. They came up with the concept. They came up with the locations. We ran into a few hiccups because once we landed in Tampa and we tried to get to one particular location, they said that it was already under contract. So things happen in the business world. A buddy of mine wanted to check out a couple of properties over here in Miami. So I flew straight over from Tampa to into Miami. And that's what we're doing now. So I'm going to give you guys an update in the Patreon very, very shortly after I mine through all of the different properties here. And we're going to come to a conclusion. We're going to do another live stream. So if you're a part of the Patreon, all of the previous live streams for building a business has been unlocked for you. Okay. You have to join a tier. Don't just join the Patreon, actually sign up for a tier so that it unlocks all of the content. In addition to that, you get access to all of the previous masterminds. You get access to all of the previous videos and the tips and tricks that I give you in order to level up in your financial life, your business life, how to level up in corporate America, how to negotiate specific contracts, how to interview properly. All of these different tips and tricks, literally hundreds and hundreds of hours of content is available. And then if you join the Patreon, make sure that you tap into the Discord. That is where the community usually has conversations around everything that we're talking about in the Patreon, including build a business. So link to the Patreon is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. If you decide that you want to rock out with a group of people that's going in the direction that you want to go in, that is available to you. Okay. In addition to that, if you want to tap in with me on a personal call or a Zoom session, right now I've created space in my calendar to do actual face-to-face Zoom calls in addition to the phone calls that we do. So if you need to have a Zoom call with me and you want to rock out with me for a personal session, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com. We're going to get you scheduled. We're going to get you taken care of. And it's popping. Like Sabrina said, we chat all day and night in a Discord, and it's dope. It is absolutely dope. It's awesome. So let's get into the show, right? Richard Fain. Richard Fain. How many of you guys are familiar with Richard? Richard is an OG, okay? I call him an OG because he has been in the game for an extended period of time, so he's not a fly-by-night guy, right? He has some stripes. And when I say stripes, let me give you a little bit of a brief history according to him. I have not done any research on him. I do not watch extensive amount of content about him. As a matter of fact, I personally try to stay away from content creators that's talking about money because I want to always authentically come up with my own ideas as far as how it is that I can pour into you guys. So I'm more in tune to what's going on with the economy, what's happening news worldwide. And I'm also paying attention more to exactly what you guys are dealing with in your personal lives and what the pulse of the streets are. And that's why I'm out and about on a regular basis. So I try to stay away from watching too much content or any content at all from content creators that talk about finances because it's similar to being an artist or a rapper or a singer or a performer or an entertainer. And they don't watch. The good ones try not to watch what everybody else is doing because they don't want to be influenced by it. But they do participate, and they out in the streets, and they in the clubs, and they in the scene to find out exactly what the people want, and then they can authentically create. All right. So I'm not very familiar with Richard Fain's extensive background, but I got a general idea of exactly who he is. Right. So Richard Fain is a former NFL player. He played for 3 years, and this is according to what he said. He played for 3 years in the NFL, right? And then he went into banking. And so he did really well, right? He was able to. I somewhat align Richard Fain with Dave Ramsey. Their principles, based off of what I've seen, is very similar, right? They give you the information that gets you up to the starting line of financial literacy. It's a lot of people. More often than not, there's more people that are not financially literate and they don't understand the language of money. I personally believe, in my opinion, based off of what I've seen from Richard Fain, I believe that Richard Fain, Dave Ramsey, Anthony O'Neill, all of these people have very good insight and information on how to move from a financial perspective. I think that the content that they give taps into an audience mostly that are just getting to the starting line, trying to get out of debt, or trying to get some form of financial literacy into their lives. And so I think that people like Richard Fain is necessary. Richard Fain is necessary, right? He gives you it in a very stripped down, direct approach version of what financial literacy means on a very basic level for people that are looking for that content, right? That's what Richard Fain is, according to what I see. He's been successful way before he got on YouTube. He had exotic cars and dope cars way before he got on YouTube. He was always, and again, he's an older guy, and you can see just from looking at this, I don't know how old Richard Fain is, but he's always been doing pretty well. And so when he jumped on YouTube, and he'll talk about this in his video because we're going to break down the video. When he jumped on YouTube, apparently he just wanted to kind of do some of what I was doing, right? I was documenting my life. I was taking y'all along the journey. Richard Fain, for example, liked to talk about cars, and he was showing y'all his lifestyle. And then people start tapping into him to try to understand how it is that he got to the point that he got to, despite the fact that he had only played 3 years in the NFL. Now, people that know, and if you watch even the Broke documentary from ESPN, you know that the average athlete in the NFL and the NBA often at times go broke within the first 5 years of leaving the league. Richard Fain has had a level of sustained success. His YouTube channel is absolutely growing, and I think he has somewhere above 400,000 subscribers, right? So when he had this video, because he's a really nice guy. See, the difference between me and a lot of these other content creators is that, especially the financial ones, especially the gurus and all of that, they're very nice. Graham Stephan, Richard Fain, Anthony O'Neill, Dave Ramsey's guy. Well, who was the other one that got fired? It was another guy. It was a big black guy that got fired from Dave Ramsey had let him go. He had did a book, and he used to be on Dave Ramsey. He used to have a very deep voice like this. He was one of those guys. Hey, Rita. Never mind. Chris. What was his name? Chris something. Anyways, all of these guys are Chris Hogan. That's his name. Chris Hogan. All of these guys, if you notice, they're very, very nice. They're incredibly nice. They're very, very cool. And they have a nice cadence, and they're trying to reach the people, and they're very helpful, and they're always giving and all of that, right? And so when I see people like this online, I'm like, man, I can understand it. Even the Eric Thomases, he's not a financial guy. He's a motivational speaker and all of that. All of these guys are incredibly nice, right? I'm an asshole sometimes because I don't give a fuck. And see, the difference between me and them is that I'm up, and I realize that I'm up, and I'm not trying to tap into everybody. I'm trying to tap into a specific group of people that's looking to go to the next level. Contrary to popular belief, and I'm about to get into this video now, contrary to popular belief, these guys that's teaching you the very basics because they understand that, tapping into the majority or the most people available, and they know the majority of people are not financially literate, it's much easier to grow that way. If you keep it very basic and you tap into the majority of the population, it's much easier to grow. I don't give a fuck, because these guys, the Richard Fains, the Dave Ramseys, even I don't know about Anthony O'Neill. I'm starting to get into his content and study him. They're using some of the same principles that I'm using in order to build their businesses, but then they dumb down the content in order to reach the most people possible on YouTube, which is cool. Because if you're trying to, you know what I'm saying, help people, you're trying to help people, get your money. I'm not hating on that at all. I have no smoke whatsoever for the Dave Ramseys and the Richard Fains. But what I'm telling you is that the things that they do in their real life is more reflective of the things that I teach and I talk about, right? They'll give you a very basic breakdown. Oh, cryptocurrency or inflation. On a very basic level, the government is raising rates, so inflation is this. I'm going to give you the breakdown on how to look at it from a business perspective, because that's what they do in their real life. That's how they get the cars. That's how they get the cribs. That's how they get the big real estate. They're leveraging and using credit differently. And then they'll tell you, well, don't use credit because you need to get out of debt. And that's true. But then there's another level, and then another level, and another level. And then there's good credit and bad credit. And then there's good debt and bad debt. And it's a whole nother level. But that's not what we're talking about right now, right? We're talking about the thing that I've been dealing with for a lot of time, because I'll just say, fuck your feelings. I don't give a fuck about you. Get the hell out of my place. I don't need you. Fuck you, fuck your wife, fuck your kids, and fuck everything about you. And I still love Jesus. Well, Christians are supposed to be that way. Or Anton, why didn't you give away more free information? Fuck you, pay me. I'm not going to keep giving you all of that, all of my game that I had to die and suffer for and come back to life and be raised 3 days later in order to be able to kick it with you. I'm going to just tell you exactly what. I'm going to cut straight through the bullshit. I'm not trying to make you feel good about yourself. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. Yo, if you want to stop running in the victim Olympics and stop being a bitch about the fact that your girl is out working you and make more money than you, and you want the respect in your household, this is how you get to the bag, and that's why we bag chasers. But they're very nice, right? But the thing that I've been telling you guys for an extended amount of time, right, is everybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you are the nicest person in the world or the meanest person in the world. Every last content creator or everybody that gets a level of visibility has trolls. All of them. You are never going to please everybody. And no matter how nice you are, which is one of the reasons why I don't give a fuck, there's always going to be people looking to take you down. I'm about to get into this video, but I want to read this thing real quick for y'all. I want to show y'all something. This is a message that I got the other day. All day, every day. And then I'm going to give you the game on how you deal with haters more effectively. Let me see. God dog it. I don't even know how to use Facebook on my phone. Messages. How do you get the messages? Do I need the Messenger app to get the messages? Huh. All right, let's see. The other day, somebody sent me a message on Facebook, right? Because, you know, I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all of that, Twitter now, right? I'm about to upload a TikTok today. Somebody sent me a message on Facebook, right? And they said, Anton, I don't like your ass. They say, not only do I not like you, I don't like the fact that you're successful. Real talk. Straight up. They just straight up said it. They said, listen, if you don't change your content to be more inviting to more people, I'm going to enable my people and I'm going to mobilize the people that I love. And I don't know who this, you know, they're going to send it behind some faceless avatar or whatever. And this is real talk. And then they went and sent messages to my friends too. They said, if you don't start mobilizing the people, hold on. I'm going to tell you exactly. I'm going to tell you the exact last line that they said. And then we're going to jump right into the Richard Fain. They said, I'm going to cover this up. This is the message, right? This is the message. They said, I would like to hear what you have to say about my grievances. And I am wondering why you are so arrogant about this. If you don't adjust, word for word, if you don't adjust, then my friends and I are prepared to team up and try to get your channels taken down. This is what people send to me. If you don't adjust, then my team and I are prepared to team up, or my people and I, or whatever they say. Hold on, let me get it direct. I don't want to misquote. Then my friends and I are prepared to team up to get your channels taken down. And you know what I said, right? Fuck you. Let's see what you got, buddy. And don't let me find out who you are, because I'm coming at you with the wrath of God. See, I don't negotiate with terrorists. I don't negotiate with terrorists. I am the terrorist. I am the dark angel. I don't care nothing about your bro. Don't let me find out who you are. Don't let me find out who you are, because I'm coming at you with the wrath of God. Be careful. Be thankful I don't have time to even entertain that nonsense. But I found it to be interesting because then somebody else sent it to me and it was like, yo, Anton, I'm getting this message. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll deal with it. Don't worry about it. No worries. But you know what I say? I don't negotiate with terrorists. But Richard Fain is a little bit different, right? So let's go into Richard Fain's video. And I'm going to share this with you guys. And then we're going to break it down. And I want you guys to tell me what you think. Because I think, listen, if you come for Richard Fain, good grief. Do you have no self-respect?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it.
Look at this lovable guy right here. Let me blow him up. This man is so soft-spoken and nice. He would not hurt a fly. Look at this man. This man wouldn't hurt a fly. Now, you know that Anton is an equal accountability smoke holder. And so I'm going to call it how I see it when I see it. But good grief, Richard Fain, stop it. Why would anybody have something negative to say about Richard Fain? Taybiz TV says, just showing love this morning, enjoying a much-needed vacation this week. Yo, get it then, big dog. I appreciate for the super chat. Michael Thompson II says, Anton with the Black Air Force energy this morning. Love you, my guy. I love you more. I love you more, my friend. Thank you for supporting the platform and the channel. But let's continue. Richard Fain, if you have ever seen a Richard Fain video, this man has never said anything negative about anybody, but let's continue into what it is that he has to say.
Also, hit that post notification bell for me so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp.
That's correct.
I do not invest money for my subscribers, so be careful. Don't get yourself scammed.
Real talk. I've been getting a lot of people that said, Anton, somebody is sending me a message under your name. I do not invest money on behalf of content, on behalf of subscribers. I will not contact you and say, send me a message on WhatsApp. That's been happening with a lot of content creators.
If you want 6 free stocks, Weeble is going to give you 6 free stocks.
All right.
Go get that free money. Some of these people want to see me not do YouTube. They want me to quit. But I'm here to tell you that's not going to happen. See, guys, I understand when people see someone like me making these videos, living the lifestyle that I live, having the things that I have, accomplishing the things I've accomplished in my life. Sometimes that is, doesn't make everybody feel that good, because sometimes they look at their life and say, I could have been doing the same thing.
He's setting the foundation, right? And I already seen it when he first started out the video. Whenever a dude say, they've been bothered. I'm gonna tell you what I see, right? Because I look at more than just what people say. I look at the body language. I look at their eyes. I look at whether or not they're looking at the camera when they say certain things. All of that, right? And Richard Fain is bothered by this, bothered so much by this that he decided to dedicate an entire video to it, addressing it. Now, this is par for the course for somebody like me. I'll say what I want to say just because I think that it's fun and funny to troll back, right? But Richard Fain loses sleep over this. I'm going to be real with you. Most content creators, even Graham Stephan mentioned it on one of his videos. Content creators, just like celebrities, just like basketball players, just like entertainers. Listen, when I sat getting those seats and sitting courtside for every basketball game, all 41 games of the season, you realize that these guys are sensitive in real life. Andre Drummond blocked me because I told his ass to get off, stop making rap videos, and start fucking getting in the gym. And then he blocked me on Instagram. And I said, okay, cool. Well, I'm going to see you back at the game again. I'll be here the next day and the next day. Boogie Cousins was cussing at me, trying to get me thrown out the game. These motherfuckers will find you and start blocking you in real life. I thought it was all about basketball. But these content creators on a regular basis, they get bothered by these trolls. And I don't know if they just not used to it because the majority of their content on their way up has all been so positive and soft-spoken. But then when people start coming for them, these dudes get sensitive. And Richard Fain is not a bad guy at all.
I could have had the success that I've wanted to have, but I chose for some reason not to. So I know it's tough for some people who watch the videos and say, well, who is this guy? Who does he think he is, showing his cars and, making these videos about his lifestyle, about finance? I get it, man. Everybody doesn't take well to what I do. Watching my videos or not watching the video and then commenting negatively about me or about what I'm talking about, guys, is not going to provoke me.
He's sending a peace signal in the air. Now, let's break down one of the things that he said, right? He said, and when people see the cars and I show my cars and my lifestyle or whatever, so on and so forth, people get bothered by that. Let me ask y'all a question. If content creators, let's just use Richard Fain. I'm not going to use myself in none of that, right? If they didn't show you something, show you a business, show you a car, show you a bank account, show you a lifestyle, something, because Richard Fain pretty much makes content in his garage. He walks outside, he grabs an iPhone, and then he starts recording. He talks right into it, and it's grown his subscriber base almost up to 500,000 people, right? And he's shown his cars, and he gives you his mindset as to what he's going to do and why he financed certain things or why he paid cash and all of this other type of stuff. But if he didn't show you, would you even believe that he had money in the first place? And the thing about it is that the very same thing that gives you credibility or puts you on a map as far as creating some kind of visibility into why you should listen to the person in the first place, or the proof behind why they do what they do, is the very same thing that also becomes a part of your demise. It's the thing that makes people jealous as to why they should not listen to you or why they want to take you down. Does not matter what the content is, don't matter how many people you helped, none of that. They will go after you more than they go after a rapper that actually is bad for the community. They will have free Lil Pookie on their t-shirt that's poisoned the community and killed 5 people, and they will celebrate your demise. That's how backwards we are as a society. And so now it's hitting other content creators like the Richard Fains. You will have people criticizing him. And so instead of people finding somebody else that they can latch onto, that they can then use that content to actually better their lives, they'd rather spend all of their time trying to go after somebody that is not relevant in their life at all. It's crazy. Let's continue. This is Richard Fain. Little old, nice, soft-spoken, very helpful Richard Fain. And he has trolls too. It's just that very few content creators admit it.
Right? I know who I am. I know where I come from. And I know what my intentions are with this YouTube channel. And my intentions with this YouTube channel is to help people. Now, I also make money from the YouTube channel. You guys know I've never tried to hide that. Every year I do 2 or 3 videos about the type of income I make through the YouTube channel. So I'm not trying to hide that I make money on YouTube. I don't think any creator on YouTube tries to hide the fact that there's a compensation side to a YouTube channel that is successful.
Now, why should Richard Fain do what he do for free? You about to go somewhere? Look at Rita. Just walk by, girl. You about to try to sneak back in?
Why are you always making a scene?
She was about to dip out and sneak past again. Jesus Christ. She was doing like this. Have fun. But back to what it is that we were saying. Why do people expect for Richard Fain to spend his time on the internet for free? Why would he do it for free? If YouTube is giving out, because let's be clear, YouTube is benefiting from it. So why shouldn't Richard Fain get a portion of the profits for what it is that he generates from YouTube? Isn't that the thing that y'all said that y'all want content creators to have? Isn't that the thing that y'all said that y'all want people, hey, all content creators and black people and, people that work for the movie industry and all of these different people, they should be compensated for their time. But then people actually use that against people that got money and say, why should they have more money for the thing that they're actually creating as content on YouTube? And this man is literally up here explaining himself about the fact that he does well on content creation platforms and he has a lot of subscribers and he generates a decent amount of revenue, but they don't take into consideration all of the work that goes into creating these videos and coming up with different subjects and stuff on a daily basis. Why should he be doing this for free? Do y'all really expect for this man to get up here and give y'all game and actually do something positive and do it for free? Tell me how that makes sense. Shout out to the accountability partner, says pulling a drive by for a quick sec. Still to the hardest working man on YouTube. Shout out to Ton. What up, Stacy? What up, Stace? I appreciate you for contributing to the platform. Let's continue. This is crazy.
It is. But I also want you guys to understand, prior to YouTube, I had already created a level of wealth that had nothing to do with YouTube. I was already a real estate investor. I was already investing in the stock market, already had developed side hustles and was making income. I was in the banking business for 25 years, guys. So I played in the NFL for 3 years. So I've already accomplished a lot, guys, prior to getting to YouTube. So I don't have to come on YouTube to try and just make money. I came on YouTube originally to share the cars that I owned at the time.
Let's mine that out, what he just said for a second. Let's mine that out, what he said for a second. I've been in the banking industry for over 25 years. I'm personally in the banking industry now. Those that know. Those that are a part of the Patreon, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. You've seen my W-2 just from the last 3 months of last year when they pulled me back into corporate America. They pay very, 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 very well, right? So let's mine this out for a second though, right? Man been in the banking industry for 25 years, very heavily invested in real estate, has an extensive stock portfolio, played in the NFL for 3 years, a lot of wisdom. And because he's sharing information, you're killing him for it. Make it make sense for me. Because the thing that I see people say on a regular basis is, why are rich people trying to keep all of the secrets to themselves? Well, this is why. Because they don't need the bullshit that come along with you talking stuff about stuff that you don't even know about. People will argue with you about the things that you've mastered. You put in your 10,000 hours. You mastered it. And people will literally argue with you about what it is that you're doing or your ability or how you communicate or whether or not you're too arrogant or whether or not you should be a little bit more passive aggressive. Why are you arguing with somebody that's giving you free game? And this is why rich people stay out of the line. When they get their money, they just be like, boop. But now we got a lot of different content creators that said, listen, your heroes is trash. The people that you followed is trash. Let me show you my bank account. Let me show you the cars. Let me show you the capital. Let me show you the real estate. Let me show you all of that. I took people by, I got a video on my other channel where I was actually going by to talk to one of my tenants about an upcoming inspection that I had coming from the city. And I took the YouTube people with me and whatever, so on and so forth, right? And then they just so happened to stop, when I stopped by there, they had it beautiful. Like they had redid the garage and I was talking to them and I had white tenants, right? Do you know that my tenants told me that somebody tried to contact them to get information about me? People literally tried to go and find the address, but they couldn't. So they found them on YouTube. I mean, not on YouTube, on Facebook. And they reached out to my tenants, and my tenants is like, Anton, these people is crazy. I don't know what kind of people you got following you, but you're going to have to be a little bit more careful, fam. That's crazy. But again, this is why people stay out of the limelight, because the same way you used to love them. Hey, remember when they loved Trump? You remember when they loved Trump? All of the rappers, everybody was making lyrics about him. Puff and everybody was showing up with him. As soon as he became too visible, as soon as he let you too far into his life, as soon as he told you his thoughts, you changed on him. You switched on him. He told you what he really thought, and then you switched on him and you said, nah, Orange Man bad. That's how people do. The more visible you get, the more that they start to hate on you, which is why a lot of rich people stay low key. It's not that they don't want to show off, because they show off and they talk their shit when they get in certain rooms with other people that ain't gonna be jealous about them. But in front of you, they be like, nah, he ain't got nothing to lose. And that Dusty over there got a lot to say about me. And so they be quiet. But it's a new era with content creators. And so they're starting to be a little bit more visible and validating who they are by showing you some of their successes and how it is that they've been able to do it. But most people can't appreciate it. And this is why people like Richard Fain is starting to get smoke, and it's starting to bother him because it's starting to become much more pronounced than it used to be.
That's originally why I started my YouTube channel, so I could have an outlet to be able to make videos about my cars and join that community of people who watch YouTube, automobile enthusiasts, because that's what I am and that's what I started this channel as. And then the channel developed into a more of a finance channel because people were asking me, hey man, I like the cars, but tell me how you were able to afford these cars. How were you able to afford a Ferrari 458? How are you able to afford a Porsche 911 GT3?
Nice car.
How are you able to afford an M5, an SL63 AMG?
Talk to him, Rich. Hey, listen, this guy is so nice that he's solving for two things at the same time. He's giving you a light flex while also addressing his haters. He's giving you who he is and validating what he stands for while actually bragging and giving you a light flex at the same time. What are you talking about, Porsche 911 GT3? He describing all of his junk at the same time. M5. He is stunting on y'all at the and this is the way you do. This is how nice he. Listen, this is the mean version of Richard Fain. The mean version of Richard Fain is Anton Light. Talk to him though.
All of these cars that I've had on the channel, people wanted to know, how was I able to afford them? And that's the reason the YouTube channel kind of morphed into a financial education channel. And that's what it is today. So I'm not going to apologize for the success I've had in my life. No one gave me anything. I worked for everything I've ever gotten in this life.
Get it, Rich.
Discipline, consistency, and patience are the three things that I live by in every aspect of my life.
I can see that this man is bothered, honestly. What I see is a man that is, it can be for you know, for people sometimes. It can be heartbreaking sometimes when you can pour your life out to people and you share your wife. I don't know that he shares anything other than himself and his cars and his content. I don't believe that he shares the rest of his family. When you give so much to people and then people start to come after you as a result of they use against you the thing that you're trying to use to empower them, it can be heartbreaking. It could be very heartbreaking, and you can see it in his eyes. You can see it in his passion, because this video is much different than the video that he dropped before that, because, you know, I always look before. It's like a scripture. If somebody quote a scripture to you, you look at the stuff before it and you look at the stuff after it in order to get context into who this person really is. You can tell that he's very, very passionate about what it is that he stands for. Ray Lewis says, Anton sounded like Big Worm. Playing with my money is like playing with my emotions, Smokey. I'm gonna shoot a movie for y'all. Persevere TV says sports brings you cheers at scale or boos at scale, but I think content creation allows you to magnify each. I think that content creation is much more pronounced than anything. I think the impact of what happens in content creation can be absolutely deafening when it comes to the people that you interact with on a daily basis. You are absolutely right. Taybiz TV, thank you for the 20 ball. He says, I've been following your channels for about a few months now, and I chose to do that because of your content and passion for success. A man with a healthy marriage understands true success. Private prayer breeds public power. Shout out to my dog, Taybiz TV. I appreciate you for holding me down, big dog. Thank you for the contribution to the platform. Let's continue into Richard Fain. Richard Fain is bothered by what's going on, and he's passionate about what it is that he's saying.
Just my financial life, but every aspect of my life. So listen, if you don't like my YouTube videos, don't watch.
Woo!
It's pretty simple.
Woo!
But you coming in the comment section and making comments that are negative, it's not gonna provoke me, guys.
That is a man. Listen, when a man gets to the point where you say, listen, if you don't like my comment, you don't like my content, don't watch. That's a man that's evolved. That's a man that at some point of in his life had to exhibit some level of aggression in order to be successful. I don't know if that's relative to his football career. I don't know if that's relative to the savages that's in the corporate America and banking. I don't know if that's related to having kids and having to pull that belt out and say, put your hands on that wall and don't move, motherfucker. I don't know what it is, but you know that this man, he has a level of something that he's evolved from. But when a man gets to the point to where he say something like that, you know he ain't that far removed. Y'all better leave Rich alone. Y'all better leave Rich alone. You better stay out of Rich's face. Because listen, as nice as Rich is, Rich ain't that far removed from telling you to put your motherfucking hands on the wall and don't move.
Because my real subscribers who have followed me from the beginning, and I've helped through my experiences and sharing my experiences from a financial standpoint on the YouTube channel, it's way more of those people than it is the negative people. So guys, I appreciate you. And I appreciate you watching the videos.
Think about it like this, right? Because again, it always is a lot of people that love you and support you. But sometimes it's the 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12 people that can cut through the noise that sometimes would bother you, right? And think about it, y'all. Let's really break this down. We're halfway through his video and he was about to wrap it up. He was about to wrap up the video, and then he's about to go on another rant for a little bit longer because you know that he feels a certain type of way. Let's continue.
And hitting that thumbs up. I also appreciate you subscribing to the channel. I'm going to keep making the videos, guys, that I believe will help people. Now, do I take constructive feedback? Absolutely.
He went on. He said, listen, let me continue because I got some more things that I need to address. And there's a difference between taking constructive feedback and criticism and just dealing with haters. Everybody that says something negative is not constructively criticizing you. They're hating. They don't like you. They're not looking for you to get better, so they're giving you insight and information on how you can do things differently. They saying it because they absolutely don't like you and they want to see you fall, and they would rejoice in your death, similar to how they did to Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was winning so much that it truly brought out what was inside of people after he passed away. And they take pride and they take joy in creating chaos like they're part of the crew of the Joker.
I will take constructive feedback. But at the end of the day, guys, it's my YouTube channel. I'm going to make the content that I believe is the best content for me to make.
Talk to him.
Now, if there are people out there that don't agree with that content, then they probably should go find another YouTuber to watch.
Woo!
It's millions of them out there. I'm not the only one, but I'm not going to change what I'm doing so that I can please a few disgruntled people who watch my videos.
He went from saying, listen, I love y'all, make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to the channel, to saying, listen, if you don't like what I got to say, then leave and get off my channel. He went from, listen, I ain't that far removed, to please don't make me take off my belt. And listen, you ain't got to come here, but you got to go somewhere, and I don't want any of that negativity on my channel. Richard Fain is fed up with the nonsense. And more content creators than not face this on a daily basis. They just keep it bottled up, or they find a way to deal with it, and they don't want to give any kind of credence to these trolls. But this, man, it's almost like a piranha. As soon as these trolls smell blood, I would bet you that they are in his chat even harder now, because they feel like they finally got some form of acknowledgement, or they know that he's listening to what they're saying. Because let's think about it. Richard Fain, I don't have time to answer all of my DMs, not even close, right? Richard Fain has 500,000 people, almost 400 and some thousand subscribers or something like that, right? On this channel alone, what am I at right now? Like 83,000 or something like that? There's no way in a troll's mind that Richard Fain is actually paying attention and listening to what they say, but they'll type it up there anyway. But you know what we do? We do mine through. We look through the comments. We try to find the relevant ones that we read them, even though we don't necessarily respond to all of them. But I used to read every single comment just because I wanted to respond to and show love to people that actually took time to write me out. I don't have the time to do it anymore, but I certainly go through and read the comments. So the fact that he's acknowledging them is actually probably giving them more oomph to continue to do what they want to do. And that's the one thing that I see wrong with what Richard Fain is doing right now.
Not gonna do it.
Because it's not his brand. It's not his brand. My brand is to attack the trolls back, because I don't negotiate with terrorists. His brand is just to stay above it.
Keep doing the things that I believe can help people change their financial life. That's what I'm all about. Helping people get to financial freedom. If you're one of those people, stick around. I'm gonna keep making videos, right? If you're one of those people who, hey, he does clickbait, or he does this, or he does that, guys, find another channel. I'm not going to engage with you in the comment section.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're engaging with them because you're reading it, which is one of the reasons why, and you've read several of them, or you've been dealing with it. And it's one of the reasons why you're making this video in the first place. This is the one misstep. This is the one misstep that I believe that Richard Fain is making when it comes to content creation, right? His brand is to be above it and continue to stay positive. He should never come down and punch down. He should always be above it. That's what I would say from a content creation perspective. This does nothing but continue to empower the people that don't like him the most.
No, I'm not going to engage with you. Why? Because I believe negative feeds negative.
Correct.
The way you defeat negative, guys, is through positive. So I'm about positively putting out things that can help people.
No, Rich, you're wrong again, buddy. Sometimes you got to make an example of a young dude. Sometimes you got to run into the tabernacle and turn over its few tables. Sometimes you got to put somebody up on the wall and slap them and turn them upside down and drag the money out of their pockets a little bit. You gonna have to. Y'all ever heard of the whole thing of a kid is gonna get bullied until he fight back, and then when they realize that they can't bully him no more, then they're gonna leave him alone? Every once in a while. Now, I'm not saying that he needs to always be dealing with every individual troll. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that every once in a while, you got to let a ninja know. Every once in a while, listen, I'm not that far removed. Watch your motherfucking mouth when you're talking. I had to do it probably, a week ago on Fight Club? Maybe a week and a half ago? And I said, listen, I know that y'all feel comfortable saying anything that you want to say to me just because I make this platform available and I say anybody can come up, but you better put some respect on my motherfucking name or I'm going to go ahead and hit the X button. Every once in a while, you have to show a little bit of aggression just to let people know that I'm not that far removed and you're going to put some respect on my name. You're going to put some respect on my wife's name. You're going to put some respect across the board with the people that I rock with. Everything can't fly and you're going to have to check it at the door. And so it's not always, that is being positive. I'm positively letting you know that there's consequences that come along with your actions and you can't just say what you want to say. It's free for you to say what you want to say, but there's consequences that come along with it. You're not free from the consequences that come along with it. And so you got to have some balance.
I'm not about negative. I'm not about arguing with people in the comment section. It's not about that, man. Life is too precious. I'm not going to waste 1 second of it arguing with somebody about the content that I make.
But he just did. This is literally what he's doing in the video. Not one thing in this video is content related, which I don't have a problem with him making this type of video because I think he should address things accordingly to whatever it is that he's dealing with at the time. But let's be real, right? He not that far removed. I believe that he's had I don't know if he's married or not. Whoever the person that he's closest to, his kid, his marriage, or whatever, I believe that he had this conversation and his wife was probably like, oh, honey, don't do that. You know, you're such a nice guy or whatever. He was like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
I know the reason I'm making the content is to help people. Yes, I get paid very well for doing this content. But guess what? I started with 0 subscribers. 0 subscribers.
So did we all.
I didn't make any money on YouTube for 3 years. And then when I decided that I was going to turn this thing up and start solving problems for people by doing these financial videos, I knew the money would come because I know there is a huge problem in our country. There's a huge problem around the world with people living paycheck to paycheck.
That's true.
With people not having money in their savings account for a rainy day fund.
Now, again, Richard and I and me and other content creators, which I heard somebody sent me a comment yesterday and they said, what did it say? Somebody sent me a comment in one of my videos and it wasn't like a hateful video. It was just a general comment. It was on the Graham Stephan video. They said, I'll read it to you exactly. They said, they said that people follow gurus instead of credentialed professionals. It said people follow gurus instead of credentialed professionals. Now, see, I have a problem with that. And let me tell you why. Because I think that the people that are credentialed are not always the ones that are built to tell you how it is that you can grow your money and be successful. Think about it. Like, that's like saying you hired somebody that didn't have their degree in software engineering. Well, the majority of the entrepreneurs that are successful are actually ones that dropped out of college in order to actually start a business and build something. Most of these people, I will tell you, and I'm gonna get back to this Richard Fain video. Most of these people that teach as professors that are in these industries and classes, you wouldn't believe how many people that are certified financial planners or advisors actually call me for fucking advice. Now, they don't necessarily call me for advice when it comes to, hey, what should I invest in? But they have me go over some of their deals because they need an extra set of eyes on some of the things that they're getting into. Because some of them have never actually started a business, even though they were taught the laws and the rules on how it is to start a business. None of these motherfuckers have real world experience. None of these motherfuckers has actually built a restaurant. None of these motherfuckers know what it is in order to be able to hire employees. They sit behind a desk or they actually go and they get a job for somebody else that's paying them a certain rate. They're using their name in order to get the business. I would argue, and maybe I have to do a whole show on it, and I'm willing to have a conversation with anybody. Y'all know that. I will show up on anybody's panel. I will have anybody on my panel. I would argue that gurus are much more suited to show you what it means to be successful than a financial advisor. And I'm not talking about all of them, right? Because there's some financial advisors that also have real life experience. But I'm talking about the overwhelming majority of these people. If you look at somebody that's actually built a business before, I would tell you to take them in as a mentor before you take in somebody that's a certified financial advisor. I'm just telling you, I would argue 10 times out of 10 that people that may not even graduated high school but have built several successful businesses that is not necessarily credentialed, but their real life world, their world experience makes them that gives them their balls and their credentials. I would argue that those people are much more suited to give you game than people that just sit behind a desk and went to school. You get more lawyers. Listen, I just read an article the other day of a lawyer that worked for Apple that actually was one of the people that got indicted for insider trading. Now, how does that make sense? All of the people that manufactured 2008, everybody that manufactured what happened in 2008 in the housing market, guess what? All of them people were credentialed. All of them people were actually certified. All of those people graduated and went to college and went to school. And they did all of the certification programs. And you know what they did? They fucked you over. Some of the slimiest people I know on earth are lawyers. They fucking went to school. They take money under the table. They do some of the shadiest deals. Let me tell you what lawyers do. Let me tell you what I've experienced and how I've had to mine through and find the right lawyers, right? You come into their office, and depending on what it is that you're talking to them about, the first thing that they ask you has nothing relevant. And I'm going to get back to Richard Fain. The first thing that they ask you, and remember, these are credentialed individuals. They ask you talking to them about what it is that you need them to do. It can be about a case. It could be about a financial property. It could be about a contract that you want to go over or whatever, so on and so forth. Now, I got my own team, but they don't ask you anything about it. They ask you, what do you do for a living? Especially if you're dealing with something relative to, I don't know, fighting something, right? The first thing they ask you, they say, you know what? Don't worry about it. Listen. What do you do for a living? I already know, because I'm hip to the game. I'm not new to this. I got finessed once. I know what happens. You know what these lawyers are more like? Is more Better Call Sauls out there. Is more Better Call Sauls out there and ambulance chasers than it is dudes that's on the stand-up. And so the first thing that they ask you is, hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, yeah. And if they can get you to say it, they'll say, how much do you make? They writing everything down. And then they give you some random fucking number based off of what it is that they think that they can get out of you. Certified, credentialed individuals. Credentialed according to who? A fucking class that they took? Bro, I was good at what it is that I did for a living, software engineering, way before I went to school for it. The only reason I went to school for it is because there was certain doors that I couldn't open until I got the credentials. But every last one of the motherfuckers that went to school was nowhere near all of the ones that were self-taught. I digress. I'm willing to have that conversation. Set it up. I'll put any one of these dudes to shame. Your favorite person that you deal with in real life that ain't even got no channel, tell them to tap in and tell them to have a conversation with me. It was a motherfucker that was on Fight Club the other day. It was like 2 weeks ago. I have a master's in economics. I said, cool, what's your net worth? Ooh, bitch, get off my channel. You don't know nothing.
For people not having any money set aside for retirement. See, there's a problem in this country, guys. And I know the content that I make is helping people. It's not going to help everybody. And I'm not too naive to understand that. It's not going to help everybody.
You know what? It's funny, right? You know what is funny? You know what's so funny about it? Boyce Watkins, one of the most credentialed people in the Black community that has a channel, right? Boyce Watkins. I literally said, listen, let's put it up. Because Boyce Watkins wanted to go after people that couldn't argue with him about finances and stuff like that because, you know, they just regular, whatever. I heard he had went after Kwame Brown. All of these are different people, right? And I said, all right, not only will I be your huckleberry, but I will put up $100,000 of my own money to debate you on what it came on finances, on building businesses. And then we can play big portfolio, take little portfolio, big bank, take little bank. You show me your portfolio, I show you mine. Whose ever net worth is more, you take the $100,000. You can take yours and give it to charity. I'm going to take mine and I'm going to bust it down with the bag chasers. I took one of the most credentialed people, been in academia forever, got all of the PhD, Dr. Boyce Watkins. Now you tell me, who the fuck you going to have teach you about building businesses? Me or Boyce Watkins? I said, let's put up 100,000. Then he going to go on his Instagram and put, you know, sometimes it's not even worth responding to. Oh, really? Oh, really? Put up your most credentialed. Put up your credentials. And you know that I'm going to make you look like a bag of powdered donuts. Dusty, like you just been eating them like you were part of the, on the Sandlot. Got donuts and dusty all over your face. Knowing I'm going to put you to shame. Get your credentials out. Go get your credentials. You ain't built for this. You ain't never been built to stand in front of a real man. Beating you on every single aspect of life. I'm beating you on marriage. I'm beating you on money. I'm beating you on business. And then I'm going to beat your portfolio to death if you ever want it. How come y'all don't require these credentialed professionals to show their portfolio? Why y'all not asking them to show y'all their bank accounts? That's how you can tell if a dude is really about that life. Ask them to show y'all their bank accounts. Ask them to show y'all their stock portfolio. Don't let them just get on here and spill stock tips. See, one of the reasons why I fuck with Richard Fain is because he actually show you what he make. He actually show you the cars. He actually show you how he moving. That's why I mess with dudes like this, because they real in real life. Tell these Boyce Watkins to show you what they really dealing with. Tell them to show you. I don't want to see you playing video games. I want to see you showing your bank account, what go in and what go out. Listen, I even got a video on here with Jacqueline Plans that show you how much go in and out of my bank account. You know what? We can say a lot of things about, what's my man's name? We had got into it. The guy that I got into it about the girls, about the little girls or whatever like that. What's his name? What's my man's name? Y'all tell me in the chat who I'm talking about. Y'all show me in the chat who I'm talking about. Who's the guy that I got into it with? Glendon Cameron. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Glendon Cameron. You can say yo, I don't like his moral compass. You can say he's a bad guy or whatever. The one thing you can't say is that he don't show some receipts. You can't say that he don't know business. Now, I say I don't do business with everybody because I don't align with them from a character perspective. But you can't say that Glendon Cameron don't know what he's talking about when it comes to putting together business and taking care of that money and starting businesses. You may not like the name of his businesses or whatever, but you may not like how he move when he get the money, but you can't say that he ain't. You can't. I will put Glendon up against Boyce Watkins all day long. Let me get back to Richard Fain. Y'all done got me off my square, and I'm talking all over the place.
But for the people that it does help, those are the ones I make the content for. So if you don't like the content, find you another channel to watch. If you do like the content, thank you. Stick around because more is going to be on the way. Well, guys, I'm done with my rant. Every now and then, you do have a little frustration because you know you're helping people.
I knew it.
You know that's your intent. But every now and then, someone will question that intent. And this time I felt like, you know something, I'm not going to hold this in. I'm going to share this with my audience. And I'm
talk to him. Let me get into some of these super chats. Sigma Tiger says, yep, entrepreneur here. Modern women just chose to support Zaddy's college system over anything. Ask the Ivy League Rhode Island senator. Ooh, we going to get to that. But you know what? I'm going to get at the Jay Prince. Jay Prince got a show coming on Saturday. That's Jay Prince's alley. We see twerking senators and all of that. I said, Jay Prince, this is right up your alley. And Jay Prince did like this. I got you, Anton. That's what he said. That's what he said. He said, I got you, Anton. Brock says, pass the collection plate, pass the preaching. Shout out. Patrick Hill says, this is true, fam. So true. I know it's real. I know it's real. It is what it is. Call it what you like. Call it what you like. Richard Fain said, listen, every once in a while, I'm going to come down off my throne and I'm going to deal with some dusties. Wipe them off. Wipe them off.
going to let my audience decide what they think about the content that I make. So, hey, if you don't like the content, unsubscribe. If you do like the content, stay subscribed and share the content with somebody that you know, and hopefully they will find value in it and feel gracious enough to subscribe as well. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video,
talk to him,
smash
Rick.
the like button.
Okay.
Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. And I'm going to catch you on the next video. Peace.
Oh, wait a minute. He got some more. Hold on.
Today's video is sponsored by my...
No. All right, cool. We good. So shout out to Richard Fain. I believe, again, that I think unconventionally. And I believe that you just got to call it for what it is. A healthy dose of reality combined with the insight and information that comes along with being a business person is a very dangerous type of person to have to deal with on a regular person. And then you put it all in a package like me, in which I don't care. I'm not tripping. I'm not worried about it. I believe that I'm gonna call it exactly what it is. And for far too long, the realest ones has been far too quiet. For far too long, the realest ones has been too quiet. And they need to show up and they need to have conversations and they need to start digging and start having a real dialogue with people and letting them know, yeah, we're not playing no games no more. Jay Prince was salivating at the mouth when I said, yeah, we gonna address these twerking senators and stuff like that. He said, yeah, okay, I got you, Ton Dog. But yeah, I want to know what y'all think. Make sure y'all share this video with all of your friends. I was going to do a millennial money, but I'm going to just leave it at that. We're going to get back to that tomorrow. But Peef, let's talk tonight. I have to head out and go and look at some more properties, and then I might be over in Miami Beach. I might be in Brickell. I might be in Midtown. Me and Rita did a little bit of shopping yesterday. We was over in the design district, and everything was awesome. All right, so listen. Again, enjoy your afternoon. I hope life is really, really awesome for you guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Show Richard Fain some love. Tell him Anton Daniels sent you. And then that's it. All right. So again, if you're not subscribed to the Patreon, make sure you jump into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And then turn on your notifications. If you need to kick it with me personally, I'm doing Zoom calls and personal phone calls in the allotted slots and times. I am pretty booked up, but Rita might be able to find you a slot if you get at me sooner rather than later. All right. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Share the content, and then make sure y'all jump on the Peef. Let's talk tonight. We're gonna be getting it in. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be easy, man.